If you're looking to get that radio-ready modern vocal chain with hints of Justin Bieber, Kid Laroi, any modern artists like that, then this is the video for you. Yo, what is up, everybody? It is your favorite engineer, Drew, back with another video. And as you can see, here's a song that I'm working on that I wanted to show you guys how I achieved this sounding mix. And one more thing before I get into this video, I just want to let you guys know that if you're a producer, an artist, a videographer, a photographer, graphics designer, whatever type of creative you are, I'm starting a Discord group, link in the description down below, where you guys can join. And this is really just to help grow a community of, creatives that we can all, help each other out. And one of my goals with this Discord is to use it to create a full song that I'm going to be making a video about. So if you're interested in joining this Discord and being featured in one of my videos, make sure you hit the link in the description and join this Discord so we can build a nice community for all you creatives. But yeah, enough of the yapping. Let's get into this vocal chain.
I ain't good off of a meal. Tell me, baby, how you feel? Tell me, baby, how you? I peek out when I boom. I see me and you. Shawty looking fine. I know it's the.
So yeah, like I said earlier, this vocal has some hints of, Justin Bieber, Don Toliver, Big Sean, like any modern artist today that makes, rap, pop, whatever. This is going to be a good vocal chain to, start with and get that radio ready sound. So yeah, I'm just going to show you how I achieved the sound that I wanted with this vocal. Right, so first off, we're going to start it with the auto-tune. Now with this vocal, I used Waves Tune. Shout out to you, Auto-Tune Pro, because I updated my PC and now I have to reactivate my Auto-Tune license apparently. For now, we're just gonna have to use Waves Tune, which is another great Auto-Tune plugin. With this, you're gonna have to adjust it to however you like your vocal sounding. But for me, I set it to the key of the beat, which is F minor. And then the speed at 7.6 milliseconds and the note transition at 3.1 milliseconds. And I found this was just a good balance of that auto-tune sound, not too robotic. And one thing you're going to notice with this is it has an asterisk right here, this little star. And what that means is I adjusted some of the tuning settings. And what I noticed was when I was singing with this beat on this key, I just found that there was this one note that I was getting that I just didn't like the way it sounded. So what I did with that was I just disabled it using this little piano right here. This is all the notes that are selected. And I just disabled the note, I think it was one of these, and I just disabled that because it was messing up with the sound of the vocal. Sorry to interrupt your video, but are you an artist or a producer looking to upgrade your sound and take it to that next level in 2025? If you're on the market for recording templates, mixing and mastering presets, or mixing and mastering services, then all you have to do is go to drewchavis.com and I can take you to that next level. These presets are as easy to use as just a drag and drop or a double tap to open. Once you install the preset, you can take your sound from this.
All this ice on me right up on my watch. All these vendettas, I'ma let them watch.
To this.
All this ice on me right up on my watch. All these vendettas, I'ma let them watch. I might start for real. I ain't good off of a meal.
So make sure you go cop some presets using the link in the description. Alright, now back to your video. After that, we're going to go into our parametric EQ2, and this is where we're getting that kind of modern sounding, brighter vocal, and just cleaning up a lot of this mud. So with this, I started off with a low cut at 72 hertz, so still pretty low. Usually I would go up to 100, but for this vocal in particular, I went to 72 hertz. Then at 130 hertz, I'm going to take out 5.9 decibels, and this is kind of just that bass to the vocal, and I'm recording this vocal with a SM7B, so it had a lot of that low end that I wanted to, bring back and control. So like I said, minus almost 6 decibels there. Then at 284 hertz, we're going to take out 5.5 decibels because it made the vocal sound a little bit too muddy there. After that, we're going to go at the 487 hertz range and we're going to take out 3 decibels there. A little bit more of that low mid mud that we wanted to control and just bring back. Then at 8,000 hertz, we're going to boost it by 3.1 decibel just to get that top end shine back into the vocal. So I'm going to show you what it sounds like without this EQ and then with, and you're going to hear the difference that it's going to make. So this is going to be without the EQ, and then I'm going to bring it back in.
On me right up on my watch. All these vendettas, I'ma let them watch.
And then this is with it.
All this ice on me right up on my watch. All these vendettas, I'ma let them watch.
So as you can hear, it brightened up that vocal a lot and just cleaned up that low end mud, especially with a mic like this. Sounded great. After that, we're going to go into our first compressor, which is the RVox. Now this is a very classic, modern sounding compressor that we're using today. And as you can tell, we're using a lot of it. So with this, I sent the comp threshold to -13. And what you're going to notice with this is it's just going to make the vocals sound nice and upfront, especially in the full mix. And then one more thing I adjusted with this is the gate at -38.6. This is going to remove a little bit of that background noise in between me talking. So I'm going to show you without it and then with, as always.
All this ice on me right up on my watch. All these vendettas, I'ma let them wash.
And then this is with.
All this ice on me right up on my wash. All these vendettas, I'ma let them wash.
So as you can see, we're just getting a little bit over that 6 decibels of compression with this plugin, and we're getting a lot of volume out of this, like I said, and just bringing it up front. After that, we're gonna go into the CLA 76. Honestly, one of my favorite compressors for vocals, and this is really what's just gonna give me some of that saturation in this vocal and make it sound nice and controlled. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start it off at a super fast attack and super fast release, both at 7. So the way the attack and release works is 7 is the fastest you can go, 1 is the slowest. So it kind of seems backwards, but that's just the way this compressor in specific works. So we're just getting super fast controlling on that attack and release. And what you're gonna notice with this is when I start playing this vocal, we're gonna start pegging this gain reduction at around 20 decibels. So we're getting pretty much the max gain reduction with this plugin. And I just really like the way that this controlled the vocal, and it just gave it more of that, you know, analog kind of character. And I just really like the way that it sounds. So I'm gonna show you without it and with it like before.
All this ice on me right up on my wash. All these vendettas, I'ma let them wash.
And this is with it.
All this ice on me right up on my wash. All these vendettas, I'ma let them wash.
So as you can see, we're getting a ton of gain reduction, but with this mix in particular, it just sounds really great, especially getting this vocal nice and controlled with the beat. After that compressor, we're going to go into another EQ. Now, as you're going to see with this EQ, it's very small moves, just a little simple final controlling of, you know, that kind of lower mid sound that I wanted to bring up a little bit more. So at the 1300 hertz range, I'm taking out a decibel there, and this is just going to tame back a little bit of those mids, like I said, because we just compressed this vocal a ton and it just brought that up a lot. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more of that body back into the vocal. So at 374 hertz, we're going to boost it by 0.4 decibels. And I just found this little bit of bump gave me just that little bit of body that I was looking for. I'm gonna show you without it and then with. Very subtle, like I said, and yeah.
All this ice on me right up on my wash. All these vendettas, I'ma let them wash.
And it's with it.
All this ice on me right up on my wash. All these vendettas, I'ma let them wash.
After that, we're going to go into the special sauce. Now, if you're using a condenser mic or something with a brighter profile, then you might not want to use this plugin for your vocals. But if you're using a mic like the SM7B or a dynamic microphone with a darker sound profile, then this plugin is a cheat code. So if you want to get that modern sound, this Fresh Air, completely free plugin from Slate Digital, amazing. I love using this thing on vocals. So as you can see, we're using a good amount on this. So 35 on the mid air, 30 on the high air, and like I said, I don't really know what this plugin is doing, and it's just adding that almost high-end saturation sounding to it and just getting this vocal a little bit more exciting. So I'm gonna show you without it and then with, and you're just gonna hear why I'm using this plugin.
All this ice on me right up on my wash. All these vendettas, I'ma let them wash.
And with.
All this ice on me right up on my wash. All these vendettas, I'ma let them wash.
So as you can hear, this really just brought in that high-end, you know, bite to the vocal, and I just really like the way it sounds, especially in context with the full mix, especially after you add reverb and stuff like that. Then the final plugin is just a de-esser, just to control a little bit of that harshness in the vocal. I use the Pro DS because I like the way that you can use these bands and set them up for a wide range. So we're using a very wide range of these frequencies, all the way from 3.8 kilohertz to the top end. So it's just controlling kind of all that top end harshness that we have in the vocal. So I'm gonna show you without it and then with.
All this ice on me right up on my wash. All these vendettas, I'ma let them wash.
And this with.
All this ice on me right up on my wash. All these vendettas, I'ma let them wash.
So as you can see, we're peaking at 5.1 decibels of, you know, de-essing. But with this vocal, it sounded really good and nice and controlled. Then the final things with this vocal chain is the time-based effects. I know you right here were requesting to see what my, you know, buses looked like for my vocals. So this is what I did. So what I did was I sent the main vocal over to a reverb and a delay track. The reverb is at negative 19.4 decibels or 30%. And then the delay is at negative 25.4 decibels, aka 18%. So my reverb settings right here, I'm using the Valhalla Vintage Verb. Really great reverb that you'll see in a lot of modern vocal chains. And I'm setting the pre-delay to 9.09 milliseconds, decay of 2.46 milliseconds. So, you know, kind of that medium decay. I went on the 1980s color mode. Low cut at 270 hertz, high cut at 8200 hertz, and then the rest of the things are stock. I'm using the concert hall mode. I just found that this was a good amount of space that it added to the vocal. And, you know, I didn't send too much to it because I still wanted that drier sound vocal, that more upfront sound. So the reverb's just adding a little bit of that sauce. So let's hear without it and then with.
All this ice on me, red up on my watch. All these vendettas, I'ma let them watch.
Then this is with it.
All this ice on me, red up on my watch. All these vendettas, I'ma let them watch.
So as you can hear, by itself, it sounds like a lot, but when you put it into the full mix, it's not going to sound as much because it's getting drowned out and masked by all the other things in the mix. Then the delay setting I have at ping pong mode, 1/8 setting, and I just turned the high pass up to 92 hertz, low pass to 4.8k hertz, analog all the way down. And this is just going to give that vocal a little bit more texture in the background and kind of give it a little bit more of that widening effect, but it just sounded pretty good on the vocal. So I'm going to show you without it and then with, and you're going to hear what it's sounding like.
All this ice on me, red up on my watch. All these vendettas, I'ma let them watch.
And then this is with it.
All this ice on me, red up on my watch. All these vendettas, I'ma let them watch. You know what?
All right, and that was the last thing for the vocal chain. As you can see, it is a very simple, setup for this vocal, but what you're gonna hear is it's gonna sound nice and modern, like a radio-ready vocal. So what I'm gonna do now is just play the full song and full mix with you, and also what you're gonna hear is all the dubs and ad-libs that are going on in the background too. So this is just what the song sounds like after the mix.
All this ice on me, red up on my watch. All these vendettas, I'ma let them watch. I peek out when I boom. I see me and you, shawty looking fine. I know it's the truth, she just wanna real. That's just what I do, I be on my time. She be go to Bali, tell that girl I'm sorry. I be on the money, we up in the party, got it jumping. She tryna forgive me, I say oh man.
All right, so like I said, that is the vocal chain. Really simple, great sounding song. So if you guys want to go stream this song, it is actually going to release next Tuesday. And if you guys like the sound of this vocal preset, you guys can go to the link in the description of my website and cop this preset to use on your own projects. And this will actually include all of the dub and ad-lib tracks set up exactly the way I have it. And you could get a really good vocal just off the start. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. Stay tuned for future videos. Thanks for watching. Peace.